Hey guys, it's FanaticGuide, and today we are going to be looking at the old Xbox controller and the new Xbox controller. And take into account that the old Xbox controller can be used on an Xbox Series console, whether it be the Series S or the Series X. And the new Xbox controller can be used on the Xbox One S or X. I don't know if it can be used on the original Xbox One. Let me know in the comments below if it can. And we are going to be comparing these two controllers, looking at what's different and whatnot. So, starting at the front of the two controllers, obviously one's white and one's black. That is not a difference that is notable. Most people will be getting controllers in different colors. As you can see, that is a controller for an Xbox One S. That controller is going to be white if you get an Xbox One S or a Series S. If you get an Xbox One X or a Series X, it'll be black. So I would just want to get that out of the way real quick. But main differences on the front include the share button on the new controller. So you can take screen captures, you can record your screen, you can put them on like Xbox Live, share them on social media and whatnot. And how this button works is if you press this button once, it'll take a screen capture, and if you hold it, it'll take a video. Whereas if you want to do something like that, you either had to hit the X button or the Y button. That would interfere with the game. So this is a better implementation of that. And other obvious things is the D-pad. So whereas on this it's just glossy and looks like a plus sign, this is a matte finish and is not and is an actual D-pad. You may notice differences. It has a wider range than before. And I would prefer this D-pad over that D-pad, whereas it only goes in 4 directions. This goes in more directions, like any type of direction. And another thing you may not notice on the front is this whole line surrounding the Xbox button that doubles as the power button. On the old Xbox controller is actually gone on the new Xbox controller. So I'm putting it up with more light so you can see that it's just completely flat in that area. And so that just about covers the front of these two controllers. Now, flipping the two controllers over on the back, you will notice some more differences. Now, in terms of like the grips or the bolsters or whatever you want to call them, these I felt are a bit chunkier on this controller than that one. Now, I didn't feel like these were too small. I felt like these were just right, but these were adjusted to basically fit like every hand size. So I felt just right when I was using these, but it really depends on who you ask. But these basically just felt really large in my hands after using these. And other things related to the grips or bolsters, or whatever you want to call them, is basically over here on this side. This is actually more textured over here than over on this controller. So over here, it is a lot more textured on that controller. than it is on this controller. It's not textured at all on this this panel is not textured at all on that one. It would really help a lot. And then other things, other changes, whereas this, where the bumpers and triggers are and the bond button over here, also take note this micro USB port is changing to USB Type-C on this controller. This is a USB Type-C port. Take note of this black glossy plastic where the bumpers and triggers and where the bond button and the USB port is. Over here, the bond button, the new USB Type-C port, the bumpers and the triggers. That black plastic, the glossy black plastic, is gone and replaced with more textured material. And so when you're playing shooter games like Call of Duty and whatnot, you will have a more pleasant time. Whereas with this, your hands, or fingers I should say, will be more likely to slip off. With that aside, the triggers and bumpers felt better on that one than that one. I'm not saying that because that's a newer controller. I am saying that because I genuinely feel that that one does have better feeling grips than that one. A better feeling bumper and trigger than that one. Anyway, that just about wraps up this comparison between these two controllers. Let me know in the comments below which one you prefer. If you found this helpful, then please make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next time.